What is going on, my crazy 76er fanatics? Guys, today is the day. You're all teeth and all belief because this Sixer team looked great in parts of the game and they looked good all game long. First and foremost, thanks for watching. Thanks for liking. Thanks for stopping in, dropping in. The conversation can't go if you guys don't have the conversation continue to flow. We appreciate all watchers, all likers, all subscribers. But right now, we love, and we need more VJ Edgecombe, man. The question is, how many awards can this team win? Well, we got to think about the awards the NBA has. They have the scoring title. That's an award. The assists title. That's an award. Defensive Player of the Year, MVP, Rookie of the Year. We got some awards out here in the NBA, guys, and maybe have some award winners on this current Sixers squad, man, because playing Boston, you would think playing Boston would be obviously a close game, which it was. You would think playing Boston would be an intense game, which it was. But you would never think that playing Boston down 10 points in the fourth quarter on the road, this team without Joel Embiid and Paul George would be able to get the job done. But they did, y'all. If you missed last night's game, man, you missed one of the best games of the year. The year just began. But Tyrese Maxey had 40 points. VJ Edgecombe was 2 free throws shy of 35, okay? VJ Edgecombe had 34 points. At the end of the game, VJ Edgecombe did miss the closing, the clutch, the go-ahead free throws to put this Sixer team up by 2 or potentially up by 3. But VJ Edgecombe did have 34 points and 7 rebounds in his NBA debut. Guys, they can say what they want about prehistoric history, but VJ Edgecombe had the highest scoring NBA debut of any NBA rookie since 1960 and on. Now, Wilt Chamberlain apparently scored 43. Some Zach guy apparently scored like 36, 37. But that was back before 1960. We couldn't even do math back in the day, all right? From 1960 on, VJ Edgecombe holds the record for the highest scoring NBA debut. And I got a feeling, a great feeling, that record may stand still and may not be broken or beaten for quite some time. The awards this team can win, Rookie of the Year for VJ Edgecombe, because he had the best performance of any rookie. And based off of what we've seen from the rookies that have played and that will continue to play, VJ Edgecombe is going to be called upon, going to be needed, and going to get a lot more opportunities than his other classmates. Ace Bailey, he's going to get his number called. Dylan Harper, he's going to get his number called. And Cooper Flagg is going to get his number called on often. But the way VJ Edgecombe is going to be needed, relied on, and depended upon by this team, he's got to be your front runner. He's got to be your number one for Rookie of the Year. Because he may not be the best rookie of the class, but he may be the best performing rookie of the class because of the opportunity and because of the current holes this team has. I told you before, Joe Mazzulla, crazy old Joe, is going to try his luck at testing the rookie. How ready is a rookie going to be for the big moment, for the bright lights? I said that Joe Mazzulla was going to make VJ Edgecombe one of the highest field goal attempters on the team. I had no idea that Joe Mazzulla was going to leave VJ Edgecombe and make him the highest field goal attempter on the team, taking the most shots for the Sixer squad at 26 shots last night. But he made 50% in his debut. And when this team was down and you needed a spark, when this team looked down and out, VJ Edgecombe was that spark. VJ Edgecombe was the aggressor, going downhill, getting to the paint, turnaround jump shots, playing with poise, playing within his frame and within his game. VJ Edgecombe looked ready for the moment, guys. Rookie of the Year, if you're not locking it up by now, then just don't vote. Just don't put no money on it. It's VJ Edgecombe's. If injury permitted, because we've seen this before with Jared McCain, injury permitted, that's VJ Edgecombe's award for sure. For sure, guys. And another award I think we're going to lock up. I'm talking about locking it up. That scoring title is Tyrese Maxey's. That scoring title is going to be Tyrese Maxey's. Tyrese Maxey right now is the scoring leader at 40 points per game. But the thing about Tyrese is that when you put him on the court with other players that are draw attention, with other players that are potentially getting doubled, Tyrese Maxey then takes advantage of the loose coverage. Tyrese Maxey then takes advantage of the defense not identifying him as the biggest threat on the court. If Tyrese Maxey has another running mate who can, again, relieve pressure, score the ball, be trusted with the ball in their hands to make good decisions, that allows Tyrese Maxey to play shooting guard, off ball, and put the ball in the hole, which is what he practices all summer long. The reason Tyrese Maxey isn't the best or the greatest passer on this team, you don't practice that in the summer. You don't spend 8 hours in the gym practicing how to do chest passes and how to hit the corner. No, Tyrese Maxey's been working on how to put the ball in the hole, and gosh darn, he did that at an extremely high clip from three. He went 7 from 9 from three, guys. 7 for 9 from three. And he wasn't a three-point shooter. He's just a scorer. That scoring title should be locked up by Tyrese, because if this team's going to win, you're going to need Tyrese to average 30. You're going to need Tyrese to have one of those James Harden type years, because offensively, this team has a lot of holes, a lot of question marks, and we can talk about that, guys. But I also want to let you know, MVP. This team has an MVP on its roster, and we're not talking about Joel Embiid. We're talking about Tyrese Maxey, guys. Maxey, who ended up with 40 and 6. If not after last night, isn't number one in MVP voting. Again, don't vote. Don't bet on it. Matter of fact, stop watching the NBA, because MVP, scoring title, and Rookie of the Year all could be on this current roster right here, guys. But we did learn a lot, okay? We learned a lot from this Boston game. One, this team does need more and better floor spacing. Okay, VJ Edgecombe took 13 threes. Not only were a lot of his three-point shots wide open, and Joe Mazzulla was testing the shooting prowess and the shooting ability of a guy who went to the draft with shaky shooting intangibles, but other players that were tasked to shoot the three a little too often. Kelly Oubre took 6 threes, went 2 for 6 from 3, which is pretty typical for Kelly Oubre. 2 for 6 from 3 is probably the best you're going to get from him, maybe 3 for 6 at best, but Kelly Oubre is not going to be a knockdown three-point shooter. Dominic Barlow went 0 for 2 from 3. Joel Embiid went 0 for 4 from 3. And we can talk about Joel Embiid's performance a little more in depth. But the shooting was just not there, guys. If it wasn't for Tyrese Maxey, if it wasn't for the late, great aggression of VJ Edgecombe, I just think this team would have lost big time, because shooting was a huge hole, and shooting is still an open role this squad needs to fill, because attacking the paint, playing the fast break, getting downhill, VJ Edgecombe's got that. Kelly Oubre can do that. Tyrese Maxey can do whatever he wants. But outside of that, guys, you need to find guys who are going to ensure they get to their spots and they make their shots. And normally, you would call on Joel for that. But he just doesn't seem to be himself, guys. One thing you learned from that Boston win is that Joel Embiid, who played 20 minutes, and guys, had the worst plus-minus on the team. Rumor is, and realistically, if Joel Embiid never didn't play, this Sixers team may have won that game by a lot more, a larger margin. Joel Embiid was minus 16 for his plus-minus. One thing we learned is that he's not ready, he's not healthy, and he's not himself right now. But Nick Nurse, being the people manager, mitigating the issues, said that Joel Embiid played well. And when you think about Joel Embiid's performances, this is what Nick Nurse highlighted. I think he played good. I know that it's going to sound silly. He went 1 for 9. He just didn't shoot it well. But I thought he transferred the ball. He made good decisions, took good shots. I thought he protected the rim. Nick Nurse went on to say that he hasn't done much right. He's played a scrimmage and a preseason game, which was the scrimmage, which yesterday, and the preseason game, of course, happened last Friday. But Nick Nurse went on to say, I think there's some rust there. But I thought he was moving good and making good decisions, which is really positive. And speaking on really positive, that's Nick Nurse's outlook. That's Nick Nurse's answers. And that's how Nick Nurse is trying to have Joel Embiid think. Because if you watch that game closely, Joel Embiid's body language, when he saw how he was playing and how he was being attacked and how tough it was to run up and down. The biggest problem from the Boston Celtics win, guys, Joel Embiid wasn't jumping. I mean, there's a good amount of evidence of Joel Embiid having the opportunity to leave his feet and just not trusting it, just not feeling comfortable. And even if he did leave his feet, it was more of a hop than a jump, than a vertical elevation. It was not the Joel that you're used to seeing. There were a few times where Joel attempted to block a shot, attempted to protect the rim, attempted to get back on the fast break. But again, guys, it's not a full attempt. It's not full effort. It's a light jog. It's not Joel. It is not Joel. So outside of the shooting, outside of Joel's health, the downside is, guys, consistency. Who's going to be consistent for this team? Because one thing that was concerning is that if Tyrese Maxey is going to have to put up 40 points, and you're going to need your rookie, VJ Edgecombe, to put up 30 points to win games, I don't think this team's going to win often. I don't think this team is going to win more or any more competitive games. I can't believe it. Because VJ Edgecombe, who did show star potential, guys, he had the highest scoring first quarter in NBA history since LeBron. He surpassed LeBron. Guys, he's the highest scoring rookie in NBA debut since 1960 and on. He's third overall if you want to include all history, but all history ain't good history. Guys, the downside and what's concerning is that we're relying on a rookie who, in the fourth quarter, may just have inexperience, too many nerves, too much excitement to knock down those closing free throws just like he did before. Maybe he's too inexperienced, doesn't know the game well enough, too eager, too agile, gets in foul trouble, takes bad shots, makes bad decisions. These are just the rookie mistakes that you're going to expect to happen, and the bumps along the way as we groom VJ Edgecombe to be great. But you can't rely on him night in and night out. You can't expect Tyrese Maxey to go 7 from 9 from 3. You can't have Joel Embiid shoot 1 for 9 on the court, having a minus 16 plus minus rating. If he wasn't on the court, guys, theoretically, this Sixer team would have won by at least 9 points. Theoretically. So what's concerning is how good Joel is going to be for the remainder of the year. How healthy he is right now. How much are we going to be calling on VJ Edgecombe? Listen, I love the way you played. We're going to keep the positive positive. We're going to keep the good looking great. But we got to be realistic here. How often are we going to call 77 to give us 34? Hopefully not often, guys. Hopefully not often. Quentin Grimes, who refused to sign and negotiate more money, brother, I think that contract that you had on that table, you should have signed it when it was there. Because Quentin Grimes went 3 for 8, 2 for 5 from 3, 5 for 5 rebound and assist. So it's not terrible, guys, but it doggone wasn't good. The reason VJ's number was called is because Quentin Grimes could not make his own shot. Quentin Grimes cannot create his own separation. So Quentin Grimes, being the backup ball handler, will then lock him in to a maximum or a capped point differential. Quentin Grimes can't score more if he's also trying to facilitate. It's not him. He's not a true facilitator. He's not a true point guard. He's a true hooper. He can do multiple things at once. He can do multiple facets of the game. But it's either score or pass. You don't get both at the same time. So when VJ, Quentin, and Tyrese Maxey, the three-headed guarded line we've heard about before, was all on the court at the same time, then Quentin Grimes were able to pop his rocks off and get his shots off. It was nice to see, guys. It was nice to see Quentin Grimes, Edgecombe, and Maxey play together, close the game out, because that lineup, offensively, it's got some firepower. The problem with that lineup is that offensively, they play a little too fast for Joel Embiid. I think that lineup right there, maybe trying to rip, run, and get things done faster than Joel would like, faster than Joel's comfortable with, faster than Joel's body will allow him to play. So a few concerning pieces. That big man position, Jabari Walker, Dominic Barlow, they played great, but they're still on two-way contracts. I think only one of them, based off the current roster construction, unless we make a trade or someone's released, you can only sign one of them for the remainder of the year. Only one of them. Dominic Barlow played great, but got himself into some foul trouble. So, Dominic, watch that a little bit. Got a lot of questions, a lot of holes, a lot of potential roles this team needs to fill. But you got to think Paul George is coming back. That can only help the offense, only help the shooting, and only help take some relief off VJ Edgecombe. Jared McCain is coming back. Now, if you don't think Jared McCain is excited to take 10 shots a game, you must not know Jared McCain. Jared's going to let that thing fly anytime that ball comes his way. So, there's a few things that are concerning, but a few things are absolutely exciting. So exciting. Not only for this team, but for this year and for what's to come, guys. And for what's been coming, those comments have been rolling in, guys. Thanks for liking. Thanks for commenting. And thanks for keeping, again, the conversation going, the conversation flowing on this channel. I want to highlight the most recent comment on our most recent video where I told you Joe Mazzulla was going to attack VJ Edgecombe. Casey said VJ Edgecombe is not going to be a bust. Well, Casey, you must have a crystal ball to see the future. VJ Edgecombe won't be a bust. He'll be a boom. He'll be a star. He'll be whatever he wants to be whenever they make him to be. Right? Right? He has too much offense and defensive skills. Ceiling, Anthony Edwards, they say. And the reason I kind of agree with that ceiling, athletically, he can get to any spots that he wants. Athletically, he can rise up and take any shots that he wants. And athletically, guys, he's relentless. He'll pick you up 94, go grab the rebound down the floor, and come back and try to make a fast break layup, guys. These are the type of players that are engine movers, engine drivers for why this team could and should be great. We got more comments to get to, man. Sean C. says this team still needs more size and more good shooters. And good shooter, Sean C., again, you must have a crystal ball too, because you knew that before Wednesday's game. More shooters, more size, more protection, and more Joel Embiid help. Definitely need more Joel Embiid help. Broniak said the Bob Myers acquisition is good and bad because Bob Myers isn't the best at drafting pieces, best at drafting players. But one thing I'll say is Daryl did a great job drafting Jarrett McCain, drafting VJ Edgecombe. Daryl has done a great job securing Tyrese Maxey. When it comes down to the draft, I think that may be Daryl's bread and butter. I think we're going to have to look at Daryl Morey's draft history for this squad and maybe put him into the Mount Rushmore above Sam Hinkie for drafting great players and keeping this team in contention. Keep the conversation going, guys. Keep the conversation flowing, guys, because we got to talk about Wembanyama. I said that Tyrese Maxey could be MVP, but he's got to beat Wemby. Wemby's going to be walking double-double. Wemby's going to average whatever he wants to average, 30 and 10, if that's what he wants to do. So I think Wemby, Tyrese, those are my MVP votes, guys. Like, comment, and subscribe. Tell me who you think's going to win MVP. Rookie of the Year, scoring title, scoring leader. I mean, Luka the Don could be in there. You never know. You never know, guys. Like, comment, and subscribe, guys. We got more conversation coming your way.